Dark Souls in space.
Play as the Dolmen, sent to investigate a disturbance on the mining planet of Rivion Prime, where insert galactic corporation name here has discovered the most valuable substance in the universe. A crystal that lets you leave the universe. Amen. I get it. That's right. This material has the ability to mysteriously advance the plot by opening doorways to other universes. Unfortunately, in an unforeseen turn of events, the material has opened a doorway to another universe.
What's going on down there?
Have you ever seen Stranger Things on Netflix?
Oh god. Quick, Dolmen, get down there and help them. Well, shit.
Become an unrelenting force through the use of nanites. These microscopic robots are able to turn back the clock and erase unfavorable timelines. Now it's your duty to defend reality against the likes of Little Cricket, Big Cricket, the boys at 2 a.m. looking for beams, the Big Space Voldemort, and Dr. Laboja. That's her actual name.
Our universe is ready to fight. Your universe is ready to die.
This summer on Dolmen.
Can't they just... What? No, they can't just use the nanites to erase the timeline back to before the rift opened.
As far as gameplay goes, the basics are just like the Souls game. Light attack, heavy attack, dodge roll, shield parries, bonfire, selecting level up points, retrieving level up points from the location of your last death. It's all there. While some may find this disappointingly unoriginal, I personally am happy to have character controls and mechanics I am already familiar with, to then interact with new enemies and environments. Although, you still can't jump.
Ah, yeah, this is the Dark Souls gameplay I remember.
The few mechanics that Dolmen has innovated on, however, do improve the gameplay substantially. Aside from your health and stamina, you also have an energy bar. Energy is temporarily depleted by things like light ranged attacks, which means you can dynamically switch between using your ranged attacks when you're low on stamina, and your melee attacks and dodges when you're low on energy. You can also switch to an energy mode to make your melee attacks do elemental damage and use up energy instead of stamina. Originally, they were going to use the elements fire, water, earth, and air, but there's no earth or air in space, and all the water that hasn't frozen has been poisoned by the fucking aliens. So now it's just fire, ice, and acid. Acid is an element. Don't ask questions. Your energy can also be permanently depleted to unleash a special ranged attack, or to instantly restore a portion of your health. Instead of Estus flasks that heal you after a delay, you have batteries that replenish your energy. This small change alleviates what I found to be the biggest dick splinter of the Dark Souls games, the one-hit kill grabs. I don't care that you're trying to make a high difficulty game. One-shot kills and stun-locking attack combos are going too far. Oh, I'm still alive! Yes! They just make you play like a scared toddler, or force you to buy 10,000 arrows and cheese the boss from a mile away. In Dolmen boss fights, if you get grabbed or stuck in a combo, you can heal mid-fight and save yourself. The consequences are still dire, because now you've lost the ability to use the strongest mechanic in the game, but it gives you a chance to back up and use that battery without being terrified that the next microscopic projectile will do you in. These tweaks make a really solid improvement to the combat over the Souls games in my opinion. Quick swapping between my ranged weapons and melee weapons feels really good, and bouncing projectiles back at opponents or staggering them with a well-timed heavy attack is very satisfying. I will say the timing is a little clunky. There isn't any way to animation cancel as far as I can tell, so if you try to switch melee to range too quickly, it won't work. And dodging and parrying timing happens a lot earlier than you'd think, but it didn't take long to adjust to that. And once I found the combat to actually be pretty good. While the developers described the elemental debuffs to work just like rock, paper, scissors, it often works a lot more like this. Some enemies shoot ice and are weak to fire, while others shoot fire and are weak to fire. Because of course they are. It's fire. Space Voldemort has both fire and ice, so you think, okay, acid, right? Nope. Acid works on nothing, and they freaking know it too. They don't even give you an acid ranged weapon until 3/4 of the way through the game, except for the dinky little starter Pokemon here, and it sucks balls. Then they spring you with 2 of them, and they're like, oh my. As you progress through the game, you become noticeably more powerful, but as the game only has one difficulty setting, and less than 10 bosses, it really isn't necessary to go much higher than level 60. The Souls-type leveling system really doesn't feel like it works well in a sub-20-hour game. You can respawn bosses to collect crafting materials for special weapons, but you only need to do that 3 times each, and then there's basically no reason to replay them again. This game is going to be, and actually already has been, heavily compared to Elden Ring and other recent From Software releases. And from a quality standpoint, that's just incredibly stupid. Elden Ring was produced by a team of over 300 people, with a budget that was almost certainly over $200 million. Dolmen was made by just over 20 people, with a Kickstarter campaign of 20,000, by a company that didn't even exist when Elden Ring started development. That being said, I am a little stupid, and I need to talk about the animation in Dolmen. Here's a clip from Elden Ring where 3 eagles are disturbed by a character and take flight, leaving the screen in less than 5 seconds. Those eagles are non-aggressive characters and take up a tiny corner of a truly massive game, and they look pretty realistic. Now, here... You see an enemy in Dolmen that takes up a full third of your screen, no matter where you look at it from, inside an area that takes almost 2 minutes just to cross. And if you look really close, you can kind of see that it actually just switches between 3 different positions back and forth. All the NPCs you interact with, who you've apparently just saved from gruesome cosmic horror-esque deaths, by the way, all have the exact same voice line that they say with all the vocal emotion of a cement mixer. Or at least that's what it sounds like to me. Maybe that's the alien intonation for terror. I don't know. But it kind of downplays the whole Cthulhu stomping badassery to then have this scrub be all like,
"Good job, here, have a biscuit,"
and then proceed to stand there being useless for the rest of the game. Motherfucker looking like an overcooked Squidward. I feel like a little more attention could have been given to the creatures and NPCs that are literally centerpieces in this game. That being said, some of the animations are the best ever, specifically the death animations. Chief? Oh my, what the, holy shit, what the actual, amazing. Finally, the story. Oh boy. When I said at the beginning that the Dolmen crystals, oh yeah, right, it's the crystals that are called Dolmen. I forgot to mention that. When I said they had the power to mysteriously advance the plot, I was not kidding. They aren't so much a writer's crutch as a writer's electric wheelchair made out of magic and other writers. Throughout the landscape of the game, you can find a smattering of logbook-style exposition text that, while rarely actually helpful to completing any of the puzzles, provides a wealth of speculation and hearsay that could be the lore of the game. And between that and the somewhat random pieces of pre-boss battle dialogue,
thought you were bigger.
Dolmen crystals get hyped super hard.
I used to just be a theoretical physicist, with a minor in bioengineering, but ever since I started taking Dolmen, I felt more confident and powerful than I ever knew was possible.
Talk to your doctor about taking Dolmen.
Side effects may include emotional instability, genetic instability, memory loss, memory projection, thought projection, telekinesis, pyrokinesis, cryokinesis, acidokinesis, the ability to shoot lasers, spontaneous growth, spontaneous combustion, infinite energy, multiversal portaling, time travel, hearing the voices of the dead, actual necromancy, sudden uncontrollable bloodlust, accidental genocide, blasphemy, holiness, unlocking the secrets of the universe, and occasionally just instant death.
Holy, could you just pick a goddamn lane? When the multiverse portal opened up, it seems that 2 different factions came through to claim the crystals. On one side, the super advanced universe-conquering alien armada, and on the other, the beast-like cricket creatures that seemed telepathically drawn to the crystal's energy signature. Not to be confused with the scientists that were studying the crystals, or the creatures that were apparently already on Revion Prime before the portal opened, or this one Blair Witch-looking thing that really isn't explained at all. Holy shit! For both of these factions, the crystals represent a direct increase to the power and abilities of the group. But for us, it really just feels like we're some sort of repo man sent to recover the corporation's valuable property. While there is a lot that Dolmen does just super weird and wrong, there's a lot that it does right, too. The combat is fun, the bosses are satisfyingly difficult, and the overall aesthetic of the game is actually super cool. Considering this company has exactly one rhythm-based mobile game under their belt before putting this out, I am actually super impressed with what they've accomplished. If they keep improving their game design at the rate they already have, then we could eventually see them as a true contender in the Souls-like category. Plus, it's got the